Hey everyone, Kevin again here with the Sampleist, and today we're looking at the Cremona Quartet Ensemble from developer E Instruments in partner with Native Instruments. This is an ensemble-style string quartet you can run in the free Kontakt player that combines the Stratavari cello, Amati viola, Guarneri violin, and Stratavari violin solo string libraries into one playable Kontakt instrument. These aren't just ordinary stringed instruments that have been sampled, but rather treasured relics still with us from the 17th and 18th centuries, giving this library a unique level of depth and sophistication you can use to elevate your next composition. The Cremona String Quartet Ensemble is a 17.9 gigabit download available. The Cremona Quartet Ensemble is a 17.9 gigabyte download available from the Native Instruments website as a $99 upgrade if you have the individual solo instruments. The Cremona Quartet Ensemble is a 17.9 gigabyte download available from the Native Instruments website as a $99 upgrade if you have the individual solo instruments, or you can get the bundle for $299 American dollars. You can run it in the free Kontakt player, but it does also have NKS compatibility. It's important to note that you'll need to be running Kontakt 8 to incorporate the Cremona Quartet Ensemble into your workflow. But once up and running, you'll find the Auto Divisi feature a lovely aid to helping you orchestrate for this deeply sampled string quartet with a greater sense of ease, so you can let these 24-bit 48K recorded samples appropriately shine through your next composition. In this review, we'll get to know some of the features of this library and run through some of the different articulations. And then we'll get to hear a short composition I composed using the library before I'll share my closing thoughts with you. I want to thank Native Instruments for letting us have a copy of this library so we could do this video. While we receive these libraries for free, it doesn't in any way cloud our thoughts, opinions, or judgments. We're just working composers trying to support the great software developers that allow us to make the music we do. We'd also love if you give that like button a push and subscribe to our channel. Having let you know all that, let's get started with the Cremona Quartet Ensemble. That's my favorite overall sound. It's just these strings in unison, and that's going to show you how beautiful the Cremona Quartet Ensemble sounds. This is a great way to get a legato sound out of the quartet, but it does not even begin to showcase all the other features that make this library worth having in your arsenal. Let's get a closer look at what's going on with the interface. You have these beautiful images. You can also solo them within this GUI. Here you go. If you click that solo button right there. Okay, so if I want just the cello, now that's really nice, but if I bring the rest of the instruments back in, you have all four of them playing. You can see them moving here to see which instruments are playing and not playing. And that's really helpful when you engage the Auto Divisi feature, which appropriately distributes the samples throughout the entire patch to create different melodic lines. Let's remove this unison here, and we'll show you what I mean by that. So the Auto Divisi here is engaged and nothing is soloed. So I'm going to play one note at a time, and the Auto Divisi feature is going to distribute which instrument is going to play which note based on the register it's in and based on what other notes are playing. So what's happening here is you've got some polyphonic legato. This is enabling you to play the entire ensemble as a single patch. So playing a single note corresponds to one instrument. And as I add a voice, it's assigned to a new instrument. Play longer notes and they'll sustain corresponding to the right instrument, while the melodic instrument plays and pauses accordingly, thereby creating separate but complementary lines. So I play a harmonic interval on the violins while the cello plays a melodic line. If you're a great keyboardist or pianist, which I am not, you'll probably find this feature incredibly helpful with getting realistic orchestrations with the Cremona Quartet Ensemble almost instantly. Turning this feature off will allow you to play the solo instruments polyphonically. So that'll give you this. So you'll be able to play more than 4 notes at a time there. Let's get a look at the articulation matrix. Here's one of the really great features of this library. The articulation matrix is where you can assign different articulations to each instrument. If I want to change this, I click on, and it'll show me what's used. Now this is a played vibrato, by the way. So if I want sustain with no vibrato, I can change the articulation accordingly. And I have marcato and non-vibrato and marcato vibrato as well. Now, if I want to create a patch that has viola and both violins, but doesn't have a cello, I can click on no articulation, and then there won't be a cello assigned to this patch. I'm going to put it back where it was. Now over here there's a key switch, and this is really great because you can change which instrument is playing which articulation and mix and match. And this creates a great opportunity to create different customized patches here for your different projects. You also have a consordino option here. It should be noted that this is a simulated mute, but here's what that sounds like. So let's get a look at mixing and matching. Let's change the patch here. So this is the next one from the default patch. It mixes 2 different legato sustain patches in the violins, 1 fingered legato, 1 portamento. You have a non-vibrato sustain in the viola, and you have a pizzicato articulation in the cello. Let's find a different one. Well, this is nice. Your lower strings are playing pizzicato, and your violins are playing spiccato. Your mixer view is where you're going to create your perfect string quartet. This is where you're going to find things like mic position, volume and panning, and other mix functions for the individual instruments. These instruments were recorded in Cremona at the Giovanni Arverdi Auditorium, and this is the tab where you can let that shine as much as you like. Let's hear what this hall sounds like. That's really great. If we want a little more, we can play with the mic positions. You have a room noise slider. That's off by default, but if you want to introduce that into your mix, you can go right ahead. There are presets up here in a pull-down menu. Let's see what these sound like. That's really nice. What happens with close-up? And that's really right in your face. Talk about intimate. Just some quick points about the demo cue before we play it and then hear my closing thoughts. I used only a Native Instruments piano and a few tracks of the Cremona Quartet Ensemble and nothing else to compose this cue. Using the articulation matrix, I blended a range of articulations across several tracks, but remained conscious to keep it to 4-string voices unless a single instrument is playing a double stop, which will happen at 1 or 2 points in one of the violins. The only other instrument I felt inclined to include was a piano for fullness and support, but also to ensure that the intimate beauty of these strings could really shine. So what we have here is really just a suspenseful short cue for a small chamber ensemble that makes a solid effort to showcase a wide variety of the library's wonderfully sampled articulations. I sincerely enjoyed working with the Cremona Quartet Ensemble, and I will be leaning on it for a number of purposes in future projects calling for smaller combinations. I hope you'll enjoy the short cue I put together called Luthier's Litany. Here it is. What a beautiful way to combine these string libraries into one single instrument. Any composer or producer looking to add a detailed set of ensemble strings to any project will get serious use from the Cremona Quartet Ensemble. It's got all the intimacy you'd expect from a string ensemble library this small, and also offers a variety of unique features inside the interface that allow the exquisite sound of this uniquely special quartet to shine through a range of solo string articulations in one single Kontakt library. If you have it, or any of the individual strings it contains, I sincerely hope you will enjoy composing with them as much as I do. Thanks once more to Native Instruments for sending us a copy of the Cremona Quartet Ensemble. You can take a look at their walkthrough if you have any more questions, or if you'd like to know a little bit more about the library. Thanks to you out there for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It helps us out immensely. I'm Kevin with the Sampleist, and I'll see you next time.